Well, good morning. Magandang umaga. I gotta shoo away the birds from the raised bed garden back here. Ever since I put this trellis up back here and we have the grapevines growing to the top, the birds, you can see, I don't know if you can see the birds flying over my back. They just cover this area. They love the garden back here. And as long as they're not eating any of my plants and vegetables back here, I'm glad they're here. They're part of the family here at ViLTROX. Now today's kind of a quick catch up on some of the things that have been going on back in the backyard, and it's going to be a path forward on some of the projects that we're going to get into here very quickly that we're going to be working on. So we're not going to talk about that now because this is the intro. Now let's go ahead and get today's video started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Let's take a quick look at some of the activity that's been going on here in the garden. You know, we started the project of the square watermelon last week. We'll just take a quick peek. We'll look inside the container from the outside because we're not going to open it up, and we'll see how it's progressing. So this is our first container. Let me kind of tap. If I tap it, some of the water will go down on the inside. But you can see, or maybe you can, I hope you can see, the watermelon is actually pressing against this side here. It's already touching the top up here. It's pressing against this side, and I'm sure it's pressing over here by the vine and the back side over there. So it's actually starting to conform to the shape of our square container here. We have one more in the back. We'll kind of take a quick look back here. Oh, look at this wall of cucumbers. I can't tell you how many cucumbers we've already gotten off. We've been eating cucumbers every night here, every night. And I would say you can get tired of the cucumbers, but I'm not tired yet. So this watermelon in here is still, you see, it's still not big enough. It has still not reached that size. It's still small. The vine is here, but it looks like the vine might be getting a little crushed. I might have to adjust this. I might have to actually try to figure a way to get this to straighten out. So this might be something you should look into. Make sure that your vine has perfect connection to your watermelon through the little access hole here. But everything else is doing good. You see I have watermelons everywhere. There are watermelons everywhere through the inside. Now, my cucumbers, yesterday I picked a lot of the cucumbers that we had, I mentioned earlier, that we've been using. We have some that are still growing here. I'm not sure that we have any that are quite the full size, but they hide on both sides here. And I think eventually, because we have some of the cucumber vines that are climbing up here with the grapevines, I think we'll be seeing some up there as well. I want you to look at our dragon fruit. It's almost growing over. I'm gonna have to start training it now to go back and loop over the edge of our bamboo pole over here. Now there is something I want to mention to you, and I wanted to do a video this weekend on it, and it has to do with a phenomenon that happens here inside the Philippines, and happens quite often. We have a phenomenon, and I briefed it in a very earlier video, I mean years ago when I lived in the apartment, and we're going to call today's episode Night of the Living GAMU-GAMO. I want you to see inside here. You see movement here? What you're looking at here are ants with wings. Those are huge wings. That's GAMU-GAMO. I want you to look here. I have to clean this up. I spent most of the day yesterday cleaning the patios, all the patios, the patio up there, the patio there, and where they snuck in through the mosquito netting. They are actually very smart and they know how to get in. But I want you to see, I'm going to pick one up here. Let's see. And this is kind of what they look like right here. I don't know if you see it. They're like an ant, a huge ant with huge wings. Now what these GAMU-GAMO, now I don't understand quite yet the cycle of these insects. And we have a lot of insects in the Philippines. For those of you who have bought a bunch of lots around here that have moved to the Philippines, based on some of our showing of the property and the beauty of the Philippines, I often, if there's something that's a negative, I will show you that too. And that's kind of what I'm doing today. And I've showed these in the past, so you know. You can't say, James, I moved to the Philippines. You didn't tell me about these insects. Well, I've told you before, and I'm telling you about them right now. But like I was getting ready to say, I'm not really sure about this phenomenon. Originally, my observation was they only come out when you have these lightning storms. We don't really have a lot of thunder here. Very little thunder, at least in this part of Luzon. But we get lightning, and it's almost like sheet lightning you see in the sky just about before it's going to rain. And there will be lightning, like sky. You'll see in the sky all the lightning going. Then usually after an event like that, you have those things, they fly, and some of them are really big, the real big wings like this, and some of them are really small, only about this big right here. I think in the apartment I showed you the ones when they were very small. Now, it seemed like it was only during those events, during the lightning events, and it didn't seem like it happened very long through the year. It only seemed like it was like 1 month that we got it. Now recently here, like I said, I don't know if it's like a weird thing going on with global warming or anything like that, but it just seems like we're getting them quite often here, where they come out after dark. They come out after dark, usually after a rainy cycle. We'll have some rain, and then sometimes even during a light rain, they're still out. And where you'll see, we have some security lights around the subdivision. If you can see the security light over there, but you'll see they'll start gathering around there. They'll almost make it where you can't see the light, they're so thick around it. Well, anyway, last night, the night before, about a week ago also, we had what I call night of the GAMU-GAMO. So the only way to really stop them from penetrating your house really is to close all your windows. If you have windows that you can seal, windows and doors that you can seal, and you don't have gaps that they can get under, like most of the houses over here have gaps underneath the door, then you can minimize the amount. And they come in the hordes inside your house. Or what you can do, you can have screens, but they seem to find a way around the screens. Or the best thing to do, in combination with closing the windows, if you are lucky enough to have and can afford air conditioning around here, aircon, is what you can do is you can turn off all of your lights, because all of these insects are attracted to light. And you'll see they'll fly all inside your house, all around all the lights inside. They'll get on your ceilings. They'll fall down from the ceilings. So the night of the living GAMU-GAMO for us over last week and last night was a matter of us. I was like in Ghostbusters, you know, they have those little wand things that they for zapping. Well, I had my vacuum cleaner, and my vacuum cleaner was going around all over the kitchen. Okay, well, that was a long story. If I opened up my vacuum cleaner right now, I would bet we have this much inside there from the porches and what we collected inside the house. That much. Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about the path forward on a project that we're going to be working on back here in the backyard. Now, even though you know I really don't have any room for any more trees, I really don't, not back here. One of the things I want in my backyard is a mangosteen. It's a really nice, beautiful little round plant. I think it's purplish red, and on the inside it has some really tasty treats on the inside. Our friend from Rosario, our friend and landscape person, or he has a plant nursery, I asked him, his name is Edgar, and Edgar said he would get one of those mangosteens for me. And I got a message from him this weekend, and he said it was in. So we're supposed to go to Rosario today and pick that up. You can see back here, these are our squash plants. They're still beautiful. They're still extremely beautiful, but they're going to get out of hand here pretty soon. And also, I can see something I need to do is they have this little insect right here. You see this little insect? That little insect, that is a little, like a beetle. I think they call it the cucumber beetle. And you need to kind of keep them in check inside your garden. They really like the melon leaves over there, and you can use like a soapy solution if you want to go organic. You can use a soapy solution or something I use back here, and I'm going to show you an episode about using oregano in the blender and making your own solution. That's what I've been doing back here, and we've been keeping a lot of them in check. We had the problem with the cantaloupe, the melon, and ever since I did that, this is a melon right here, ever since I did it back, I lost all my beginning cantaloupe melons. Ever since I sprayed it down and started putting some oregano leaves back here, it's been helping a little bit, but not 100% yet, so I don't know if that's the total solution. Now let's get back to what I wanted to show you back here. My project for today is, you see this area right here with the champagne palm, coconut tree, champagne palm, and over here we have a mango tree, champagne palm, and our coconut tree. We're going to start doing what we did with our islands here, with our little bit of a landscape around here. What we're going to do, we are going to make a little island on the side of Bahay Kubo Island here. Basically, when I say island, we're going to make a flower bed is what we're going to do. So I'm going to draw out with my shovel. I'm going to come back here, indent in a little bit, come out around here, go around this coconut tree, come back in just a little bit, and combine that with this champagne palm in just a little bit, and back here. All this is going to be a flower bed right here. This is a difficult area for mowing. I got to put the lawnmower like on a really big angle right here, and you can see by going up, because of the shape, I sometimes get down too low and I chop off too much of the grass and it causes a little brown spot. Well, we are going to remedy that. We're going to fix, there's going to be two things that are going to happen here. We're going to fix that problem, that's going to take care of one problem, and we're going to beautify this part of the island. I think that will be a really attractive accent for Bahay Kubo Island right here. We're going to do the same over here. We're going to take advantage of this spot right here, along with this coconut tree and this champagne palm. I don't think I'm going to move it over to the banana. We might actually bring it over to, remember, we have to have some way to get up and down walk. Maybe we'll use this access path over here and just leave the atis plant over here, the atis tree here, on its own little island. But that will kind of enhance. We're going to do some enhancement of Bahay Kubo Island. Then eventually, I will tell you right now, spoiler alert, we're also going to clean up this area around where we're actually storing our gardening tools around here. We're going to clean up this area back here, and this is all going to be an accent garden around the Bahay Kubo here. On that side and on this side, then I'm using the old doghouse in the back as a storage area for some of my tools and fertilizers and stuff inside it, but it's starting to fall apart. We're going to clean up this area back here as well, and I'll probably put one of those plastic storage containers back here instead of the wood one. That's like the leaning tower of dog houses back here. So we'll take care of that later on. We'll put something that will be more weather friendly. Can you hear? I don't know if you can hear that. That's some of the neat sounds that we get around here. It's the wildlife. It's birds and sometimes the tuco later on at nighttime. We get some really interesting sounds. Of course, you can also hear the sound of the Filipino worker working down at Ainsley's house, and that's kind of interesting hearing that as well. Well, I think I'm going to close from here because this is just what's happened over the last few days, and what we're going to do is today, like I said, we're going to go down to Edgar's place if he's in, pick up the mangosteen, and at the same time we'll probably stop at a couple of the nurseries to look for the plants that we're going to be using to fill in those areas there as well. Well, I got to tell you, thank you for all the comments. You guys have been keeping me really busy, extremely busy on the channel. Every morning I get up and I try to answer as many questions on the comment section, and I'm getting an extremely high amount of emails coming in regarding properties around here. A lot of you are interested from watching the videos here about some of the properties that are still available back here in our subdivision. Oh, I love those sounds. I don't know if you can hear them. I'll try to boost up the. It almost sounds like owls, but I don't think they have owls in the Philippines. I hear the hoo 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 sound. Well, anyway, I'm going to close for right here. I need to go ahead and get some of the materials for the backyard. And when we start doing that, when we start putting that in, which will probably today and maybe tomorrow, we'll go ahead and capture that as well and share that with you, because you've been watching everything from nothing but a lot that looks like this lot across the street from us right here. That's the way we started. That's the way on day one when we did groundbreaking. I think it was in February of 2017, I'm pretty sure is when we started that. That's what our lot looked like way back then. And you've seen every bit of the development that we've done for the creation of a homeowner's lot here in our subdivision. Well, I think I'm going to close from back here in the backyard. We got all those jobs. We need to go out and pick out some plants. I'm always excited about picking out plants. Anyway, the tip for today is watch out for those GAMU-GAMOs here in the Philippines, because they're out and about. I think it's mostly in rural areas when you live anywhere away from the city. I don't know. If you have that problem inside the city, let me know. Share that information with me. But I think mainly when you live like in the province or in a subdivision like ours is really farm lots inside. I think they kind of hang out in the farm lot or the farming type of communities. They love the jungle, but then again, we love the jungle too. It's beautiful living out here. Anyway, I'm going to close. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MPID dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.